what's up? It's Kathy, and I'm back with another process video. This one's for Take 5 Tuesday for paper issues. And if you go to the Friends Facebook page, and I think the blog, you can find all the ones that you can pick from. There's always so many that this really is a great challenge because there's so many different like prompts or items to pick from that you never really struggle, I will say. And it's always quite helpful. And it definitely jumps my ideas. Uh, Two of them being that in this one, it mentioned using the color green and it mentioned using the color purple. And, a lot of us don't scrapbook with certain colors, and purple is one of the colors that a lot of us don't scrapbook with. So it's becoming popular, and I knew like the exact paper I wanted to use, and I had this picture of my daughter, and the shirt looks more pink in the photo, but it actually was a purple shirt with like a big heart rainbow. And rainbow was one of the other prompts, but I didn't, obviously you can't see the rainbow in the picture, so I'm not going to include that. But this Oh My Heart paper from Paige Evans for Pink Paisley was my jumping off point. I knew when I saw those prompts that I wanted to use this paper because it's got purple in it already and it's got green in it. So it already kind of was my jumping off point. And so I had these pictures and I just thought they would be perfect. And I took these pictures on my iPhone 7 Plus, and I did it with the portrait option for taking pictures, and that's why the background's blurred out, because the background's my husband and my youngest kind of on the deck and everything, but because it's blurred out, it really focuses on her. And this is a great little feature for the iPhone 7 Plus. I don't know if the iPhone 7 does it. I know the iPhone 7 Plus, you had to wait for an update. It wasn't on it right when the phone was released. And I do apologize for the raspiness of my voice. I went from having a cold, like, a week or two ago, to having another cold this week. So this is kind of how, yeah, I get sick a lot in the spring, like past winter into the spring. I will get sick a lot. So I just kind of live with it at this point. Do you ever get sick so much, or you're sick for so long that you can't remember what it was like to be healthy? You're just like, what was it like when I could breathe out of my nose with no issue? And you just sit there longing for it. That's me. I was fine. I was still coughing. Up until I got the cold again, I still had like a shortness of breath and cough. So, okay, back to the layout. Using some 12 by 12 Oh My Heart papers, one of the suggestions was, your fancy specialty scissors. And I'm certain any of us who scrapbook, unless you're brand new to scrapbooking, and I mean brand spanking new, you probably got some of those scissors because they were popular. I remember picking them up because there were so many less options and I only started scrapbooking in 2009, and when I made this video, I had taken a shower. That's why my hair's in a towel. So you'll see the towel head for a little while. Anyway, I completely forgot that my head would be in the shot. So I was drying my hair. But yeah, one of the prompts was to use like your specialty kind of scissors. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have not used those in forever. I have 2 little buckets of them that I don't ever use because, I don't know, they're just not my thing. But they kind of added a little something to this, same as tearing the paper would have. But anyway, so I'm using some Oh My Heart papers that are 12 by 12. I don't have the 6 by 6 paper pad right now. I'm waiting for it. So I used the Take Me Away 6 by 6 paper pad for that purple, which matched perfectly, that ombre purple. and that's what I used my scissors on, and the background, like kind of stitched looking one right behind the photos, is also from Take Me Away, and the copper vellum is from Pink for Studio because I have been obsessed with that copper vellum. I think I've pretty much used it all at this point. I've used all of it that I can. So another one that you could choose in your Take 5 was uh, thread or twine, and I love this green twine, this green baker's twine, and I decided to kind of channel my inner Missy and my inner Terry. I don't want to try to pronounce her last name, but she's a mixed media kind of scrapbooker, and she always uses like a big uh, roll of string in her layouts, and kind of does what I just did and puts it behind her photos or some layers and then glues stuff down. And Missy tends to do some thread too behind stuff. So anyway, I decided to use the twine. So I did glue it down and I waited till it was dry, and it really didn't take that long to dry. I was amazed. I can't remember if I was using glossy accents or Tombow, but it dried in no time. I was really happy with how quick that dried. I thought I was going to be waiting for like half an hour, and I was waiting for like maybe 5 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to use the little hearts from Oh My Heart, because I have some of the papers and I have a few of the embellishments. I think I just have the hearts and the alphas, and I think that's all I have right now. It's one of those lines that when it came in, it pretty much just immediately sold out. And for some reason in my head, I was thinking to myself, I don't need this line. I don't really like it. And then I was like, no, actually, I really, really do like it. I like the colors a lot. Yeah, so it's a little too late. So maybe gonna try to jump on the bandwagon later. Anyway, so I wanted to do the little hearts along on a piece of twine, and I just glued the hearts down, and so that way, of course, the twine's going to stay in place. So another great thing is the Chamel stuff, from Little by Little. Her die cuts actually match quite well with these, so I just use those instead. I used the clouds, the hello. Those rubber pieces are from Cute Girl, and because I put one up top and it had a black outline, something needed to be on the bottom with a black outline, hence the cat. Cat has nothing to do with anything. She loves cats, so that's about all it has to do with. Now, of course, the twine's not stuck down where it's out of the layout. So yes, that will move around and stuff like that, but I'm not really concerned about that. Anyway, so I'm just looking for some other die cuts that I could use that would kind of be similar to the clouds up top. And I found that ampersand, and I am going to end up using that ampersand. I thought I was going to use that little tag too, but I don't really bother in the end. I just use the ampersand, and then I'm going to go through Cute Girl die cuts too. And there's one there that's like pink and purple, and it has a roller skate on it. Of course, that has nothing to do with anything, but this picture is one of those everyday moment pictures. Like, there's no reason for it. Just we were outside, and it was finally getting to be spring, and it was nice, and the kids wanted to go outside, and so we were all outside on the deck in the yard doing different things. So I was taking pictures of all of them. My son, my oldest, really wanted to start planting plants, and like the ground hadn't even, I don't even know if the ground's defrosted yet, but the ground was definitely not defrosted. And he was mad at us that we weren't going to let him plant stuff. First, it was a school night, and it was like almost his bedtime. And second, yeah, the ground was not ready for that. So I don't know why, but that rubber did not stick when I first glued it down, but it does the second time. Anyway, I liked I was going to put the love down at the bottom, but then that was kind of where I was going to put some of the title. So it seemed rather silly to put the love down below. So I just put it up top. I mean, it's not part of the title. I just, you know, you can only put hello love as a title so many times before it becomes repetitive. So I'm not using it as a title. I'm just using it as an accent. Bringing in some more green because green was one of the ones you could choose from. So right now I've got, I can't remember what I ended up using. Green, purple, twine, scissors, and there was something else, and I don't remember what it was now, that I ended up picking as something I use. I mean, there's pattern paper. I always use pattern paper. But yeah, I specifically had 3 or 5 things picked out that I was doing for this one, and now I don't remember what they were. I don't remember the 5th one, what I actually took it to be. Anyway, I kind of went through, I spelled it all out, and I didn't want you to be bothered watching me spell it all out because then I move it. First I put it up at the top because I was going to put the rest of it down on the second piece of paper, and then I was like, no, I don't really like that. And I'm going to skip through this too. Now, in the end, when I look at this layout, I see the glossy accents around where it says may she be, which sounds weird to say on its own, because I had to glue them down because the twine was there. But I don't mind that. I think it looks kind of interesting and it helps blend the title in. So anyway, yeah. So these are from Oh My Heart, and so of course they match, and I brought in a purple one and a green one to make sure I had that. So, you know, this, as I said, this is a, you know, an everyday moment picture. So I don't know, I just, when the look on her face when she's not smiling, she just reminds me of someone who's really, I don't know, I wanted her to, I liked the title May She Be Brave because she, you know, she's a girl heading into the world, growing up, and I want her to be strong and brave in this world. Anyway, I finally found my little pots of watercolors. I have better watercolors too, but I just wanted something simple for this, and there was already purple. And so I started doing splatters, and then it kind of, there, I accidentally made water come out of my water pen. So I went, you know what, let's just kind of do some mixed media. Obviously, I did not gesso my paper or anything like that, but I'm not doing so much that you would need to. If I'd been doing a whole, and this was an afterthought anyway, so thankfully it really didn't curl all that much, and I do end up being able to put a border around some of the picture. I just do a 2-sided border. I don't show that on screen because I was debating it and had to kind of leave it and walk away and see if I wanted it, but I do kind of show it at the end, like what my thought is. So I did a few passes of watercolor in purple. I really like how this turned out. And while it's still wet, I'm going to sprinkle, I think it's called Primrose. No, it's not. It's the more purplier one. Hot Pink. Hot Pink Heidi Swap. And so of course when it hits the water part, you can see up top it splashes in with it, and I love how it looks. It's so cool, and I have to do it again. I love this messiness to it. So, and then I kind of make it go around and do some weird stuff. And yeah, I just love that adding the Heidi Swap when it's wet. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So pictures are coming up. I'll see you in the next video. Sorry about the Facebook binging, and have an awesome day.